Welcome back to Endangered Species Spotlight. This week we are talking about the pink pagoda mushroom. This is the pink pagoda mushroom, also called the Barbie pagoda mushroom, named after its incredibly bright pink color. Now, this is actually a relatively recently described species, only being officially described in 2012. It is from the island of New Caledonia, specifically only found on the Grande Terre Island. And really not a whole lot is known about this mushroom. It is incredibly rare, as I said multiple times, with estimates being only between 80 and 270 or so individual mushroom colonies, because you can't really count each single mushroom as an individual. Larger mycelium networks, I don't really know how they count the population of mushrooms, because mushrooms are very strange. Regardless, the population is very low due to multiple different factors, including things like climate change causing an increase in the rate of forest fires on the island, which destroys both the mushroom individuals and the viable habitat. Additionally, deforestation is a big risk to the pink pagoda mushroom, as well as the larger New Caledonia forests as a whole. And there's also predation of the mushrooms themselves by introduced wild pigs, as well as trampling of the mushrooms and the mycelium networks by things like wild horses and wild bovines, none of which are native to the island. As for conservation measures, there really is not anything at all being done to protect this mushroom specifically. Fungi in general are incredibly underrated and understudied and underconserved, especially in ecology and conservation, which is strange because they play such a stupidly massive role in ecology and the ecosystem as a whole. I've mentioned before, plants are pretty underrepresented in conservation areas and interests, and as much as plants are underrepresented, fungi are even more so. So much so that this is actually the only second mushroom I have ever covered on Endangered Species Spotlight, because there's really, no conservation efforts at all to protect endangered mushrooms. Again, they're not the most charismatic. It's way easier to care about a tiger than it is a mushroom. Which is sad, because look at this thing. This is so cool. So, currently there are no specific protections or conservation efforts to go on about the pink pagoda mushroom. However, a large part of the New Caledonia forests in general are protected, and while I couldn't find information specifically whether or not these guys occur in protected areas, it is likely since a large portion of the islands are protected. So hopefully protection in other areas of the island will just kind of umbrella cover the pink pagoda mushroom, and it will be protected by way of already occurring in protected areas.